Let's talk taxis. We all know them, right? Those yellow cabs, black cabs, and even the modern ride-sharing services. You're in a hurry, late for a meeting, gotta catch a flight. Taxis are there, ready to whisk you away. But have you ever thought about where they came from, the history behind these ubiquitous vehicles? It's a dirtier job than you might think, going way back to the days when roads were unpaved and dusty. Before cars, there were horses. Yes, horses were the original engines of transportation. And before taxis, there were carriages. These carriages were the lifeline of urban mobility. Horse-drawn carriages were the first taxis. They were the pioneers of the taxi industry. You hail a ride and a guy with a horse shows up. Quite a different experience from today. It wasn't fancy, but it got the job done. These carriages were reliable and essential. These early taxis were popular in big cities. They were the backbone of urban transportation. Places like London and Paris saw these horse-drawn taxis as a common sight. They were a common sight on busy streets, navigating through the hustle and bustle of city life. But as technology changed, so did the taxi. From horse-drawn carriages to motorized vehicles, the evolution has been remarkable. Before we continue, if you are enjoying this video, feel free to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to receive future updates. The late 1800s saw the rise of the automobile, a revolutionary invention that would change the face of transportation forever. And with it, the motorized taxi emerged, offering a new, faster way to navigate the bustling streets of growing cities. The first motorized taxis were often referred to as motorized cabs, a term that quickly became synonymous with urban mobility. These innovative vehicles hit the streets in the early 1900s, marking the beginning of a new era in public transportation. Germany was a pioneer in this field, with Daimler producing some of the very first motorized taxis, setting a standard for others to follow. These early taxis were a big deal, capturing the imagination of the public and transforming the way people thought about travel. They were faster and more efficient than horse-drawn carriages, which had been the primary mode of urban transport for centuries. No more stopping for the horse to rest or, do its business. The motorized taxi offered a continuous, reliable service. People were excited about this new way to get around, eager to experience the speed and convenience of motorized travel. But it wasn't all smooth riding. The transition from horse-drawn carriages to motorized taxis came with its own set of challenges. The transition from horses to motors wasn't easy. There were new regulations to figure out, ensuring safety and efficiency in this new mode of transport. Competition among early taxi companies was fierce, each striving to dominate the market and win over the public. But despite the challenges, the motorized taxi proved it was here to stay, establishing a lasting presence in the urban landscape and paving the way for modern transportation. The 20th century was a time of growth for the taxi industry. Cities got bigger, and the demand for taxis grew. Taxis became a familiar sight on city streets all over the world. We started to see iconic taxi designs emerge, the London black cab, for example, or the bright yellow cabs of New York City. These designs became symbols of their cities. Taxi technology improved too. Two-way radios allowed for faster dispatch, and standardized fares made things fairer for both drivers and passengers. Taxis were becoming more efficient and reliable. A new era dawn's ride-sharing apps entered the scene. Then came the 21st century, and with it, a whole new game ride-sharing apps. Companies like Uber and Lyft changed the way we think about taxis. Suddenly, anyone with a car and a smartphone could be a taxi driver. This new model shook things up. Traditional taxi services felt the heat. Ride-sharing apps offered convenience and often lower prices. It was a whole new world. But ride-sharing wasn't without its critics. Concerns about safety and regulations were raised, and the impact on traditional taxi drivers was a big issue. The taxi industry was at a crossroads. AI takes the wheel, self-driving cars and smart ride assignments. Now we're on the brink of another big change: artificial intelligence. This technology is not just a concept of the future, it's happening right now. AI is already impacting the taxi industry in big ways. From optimizing routes to predicting traffic patterns, AI is making rides more efficient and reliable. Self-driving cars are no longer science fiction. These autonomous vehicles are becoming a reality, and they promise to change the way we travel. They're being tested and developed by companies like Waymo and Tesla. These companies are at the forefront of this technological revolution, pushing the boundaries of what's possible. AI isn't just about driverless cars though, it's also being used in various other aspects of the transportation industry to enhance efficiency and safety. It's also changing how rides are assigned. Smart algorithms are now used to match riders with drivers in the most efficient way possible. These algorithms take into account various factors like location, traffic, and demand to ensure a seamless experience. This reduces wait times and makes the whole system smoother. Passengers can get to their destinations faster and drivers can maximize their earnings. The use of AI in the taxi industry is still in its early stages. The advancements we've seen so far are just the beginning. These advancements has the potential to revolutionize the way we get around. Imagine a world where transportation is not only efficient but also eco-friendly and safe. Imagine a future where hailing a self-driving taxi is as common as ordering a pizza. This is the future that AI promises, and it's closer than we think. The road ahead, taxis in the age of artificial intelligence. As a conclusion, the future of taxis is a mix of excitement and uncertainty. AI will undoubtedly play a bigger role, self-driving cars will become more common, and ride-sharing apps will continue to evolve. But some things never change. People will always need to get from point A to point B, and taxis, in whatever form they take, will be there to get them there. Someone's got to do it. And in the future, that someone might just be a robot powered by AI. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to receive future updates.